In these problems, we're being asked to find the slope of a line between 2 points. And slope is always going to be the rise of a line, that is, how many spaces it goes up, over the run of a line, that is, how many spaces it goes over from left to right. One thing to keep in mind is that lines that slope down always have a negative slope. Lines that slope up always have a positive slope. So just looking at these three that we have to solve right off the bat here, I can see they're going to be negative slopes. So I should hope to come out with negative answers. But let's try this. We want rise over run. So in this first one, to get the rise, I'm going to count how many spaces it goes up from here to here. Well, and it doesn't go up, it goes down. So I'm going to count how many spaces it goes down and put a negative sign on top of it. So 1. So this point is 1 lower than this point. So our rise is a negative 1, and our run is 1, 2 from left to right, 2 spaces. So negative 1/2 is that slope. All right, let's look at this next one. So again, it slopes down. I'm going to count how many down, and we'll put a negative sign in front of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a negative 5 over, and how many does it go over? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. So this is a negative 5/4 for a slope. And we've got one more here. It goes down 1, 2, so that's a negative 2, and over 1. Now, if you have a slope with a line with a positive slope, something like this, the rise would just be the number of spaces it goes up, 1, 2, over the number of spaces it goes over, 1, 2. In this case, 2 over 2, that equals a slope of 1. All right, let's try a couple other problems. This next one says, find the slope of a line going through these points. The way we're going to do this is we're going to find the rise by taking the second point and subtracting the first point. So this would be negative 5 minus 9. And then we'll find the run by taking the x of the second point and subtracting the x of the first point. So negative 2 minus 3. So negative 5 minus 9 is going to be negative 14. And negative 2 minus 3 is going to be negative 5. So I have a negative over a negative. That is dividing a negative by a negative. So the answer here is going to be positive, a positive 14/5. All right, one more. And this last one is a tricky one. In this last one, we're supposed to determine the value of r so that the line that passes through each pair of points has the given slope. So we've got 2 points and we've got a slope. And one of the points is missing a value. It's just got an r as a placeholder, and we have to solve for that r. What we're going to do is just set this up with the formula that we know. We know that slope equals rise over run. So let's put in as much as we have here. We have the slope, that's 5/8. And rise, well, it's the difference in the y-coordinates, so I can write the rise as 7 minus r. And the run is the difference in the x-coordinates, 9 minus 4. I'm just going to write that as 5. So we have this equation. It's a lot of numbers in one variable, so we should be able to solve this. It's set up like a proportion, 2 fractions set equal to each other, so I'm going to start by cross-multiplying. So that would be 5 times 5, that's 25. And 8 times 7 minus r, we'll write that like this. Now let's go ahead and distribute the 8. So we get 25 equals 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times negative r is minus 8r. And we'll subtract 56 from both sides. Let's see, that's negative 31, I think, equals negative 8r. And we'll divide both sides by negative 8. So that cancels. Negative 31 divided by a negative 8, that's a negative divided by a negative, that's going to be a positive. So r equals 31 over 8. And let's see, we could write that as a mixed number. 3 times 8 is 24, that'd be 7 left over. So that would be 3 7/8. So that's a little bit of work with slope.